Hey, good morning, everyone. Friday the 17th of July, 2020. I'm telling you, this is just a factual statement. I'm not looking for sympathy. You don't know how hard it is and how much time it takes to go through and sift through these vast reams of information to make a short video for you guys. Okay, well, we're getting into part 3 as I promised, but first, and before we get to those pictures, guys, you like that first picture, huh? Do you? Okay. Before we do that, where are we at today in America, or better known as Amaruca, land of the plumed serpent? Where we at? Mandatory masks, hardcore lockdown in a number of states. Hey, fellow North Dakotans, you know it's coming. Matter of fact, as of July the 20th, we will be mandatory mask wearing at Walmart. Guess what, people? Ain't gonna happen. I ain't going to wear no mask, and I'm not going to get the vaccine. And you better start thinking clearly on this subject too, people. The mandatory mask has absolutely 0.0 to do with health. It's absolute bullshit. You know, we can go right over here to OSHA and look at the percentage of oxygen, minimum levels required to maintain health in confined spaces. 19.5%. These electronic oxygen sensors now, you can slip under a mask or put a breather tube in there. It totally degrades the oxygen level to 17 point some percent. Yeah, it's unhealthy. People wear masks all day. Oh, I got headaches. Ooh, I got headaches. I'm not knocking masks. They have a purpose. They have a purpose, let me tell you, people, when you're working with sheetrock dust and other things like that. Farmers, you know what it's like to wear them with grain dust. But to continuously wear one, and how safe and healthy and sanitary is this? Do you guys change them every half hour? Do you wash your hands? Do you sanitize your masks? Do you throw them away? I mean, come on, it's bullshit. The mandatory masks, and that will be coming everywhere soon, leads to segregation, people. It segregates the good deed doers, those who wear the masks, from the bad boys, the bad guys, guys like me that say F you and your mask wearing. Yeah. And you know what Trump just said recently? Again, he reiterated the fact that the military is ready to deliver the vaccines as soon as the trials prove good test results. What does he mean by the military is going to deliver the vaccine? Does he mean that the military and their logistical system can deliver vaccines to every man, woman, and child in the United States better than FedEx, United Postal Service, and the United States Postal Service, or UPS? What does he mean? Or does he mean you're going to get a knock on the door about 3 o'clock in the morning saying, hey, you, we know who you are because you don't wear masks. You are going to be the first. We are going to hold down to the floor. And as Alan Dershowitz, Trump's lawyer, said, we have a right to jab a needle in your arm and make you take a vaccine. Mandatory masks, people, lead to mandatory vaccines. I'm warning you. I'm warning you. When we get through this series here, you will know you do not want to take that vaccine. Okay, having said that, that's the current state of affairs. Is it getting better, you optimists? Really? Am I missing something here? Or is it getting worse and worse and worse? Yeah, I heard Menards went to mandatory masks. Menards, big construction, kind of like Lowe's, Home Depot, and Minot. I guess they went to mandatory masks too. Well, guess what? I don't need to go to your store, Menards. Hey, Walmart. You know, I feel like I'm cutting my throat every time I walk in your door anyway, so thanks for not making me go in there anymore. Support your local businesses, people. I think I'll be going up to the guy at Jason's, north end of Botno. Yeah, why not? Until he goes apeshit and makes me wear a mask. Then I know what I'm going to do. All right, now let's get back to the apple of my eye, part 3A. You know, let's look at those pictures, people. Pretty hot looking Eve depiction in the garden, would you not say? The Garden of Eden, Genesis 3. We'll get there. We'll get there real quick. Yeah. And then what's following that? Why, it's the Apple logo. Gee, sure looks like a bite was taken out of that apple. Apple synonymous with the forbidden fruit. Remember? Well, you get into Genesis 3, people, and you're going to find out the apple doesn't exist. Yes, it uses English word fruit, but it does not refer to an apple. Where did they get that fairy tale from? No wonder people can't take the Bible serious. Let us do a little review quickly, very quickly here. And I'm looking at my notes, which are all over the place. Okay. Yeah, son of a bitch. I just had them here. Am I that poor? Am I really? Okay, yes, here we go. Remember from Genesis 1. Creation of man on the 6th day. Remember that? Male and female, he made them. Then we get into Genesis 2. Man formed from the dust of the earth. And then he was put to sleep, and a helpmate was made from his rib. Eve, remember that? I remember what Archie Bunker said, why men are superior to women. Because women were made out of Adam's rib. And that's a cheaper cut of meat. Yeah, there was some humor concealed in the communistic show All in the Family with Archie Bunker. Okay, so the last verse of Genesis 2, before we get into Genesis 3:1, is Genesis 2, verse 25. They were both naked, and they were not ashamed. Now, why is that important? You will find out, not in this video, people, but in parts to come. And I think you're going to see some significance lay out here. Quite different version than you've ever had it done before. Getting into Genesis 3, verse 1. Alright, now the serpent. Remember, we're talking about the serpents, people. We're talking about Leviathan. We're talking about land of the plumed serpent. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yeah, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? Oh, come on, Dave. Judas Priest, are you going to tell me? I mean, see, here's where the Bible sucks. You're going to tell me about a talking snake, a talking reptilian, a talking reptile? You got a problem with a talking serpent, people? I'm around talking horses' asses every day. No miracle there. So if a horse's ass can talk, why can't a serpent talk? So we got this little bit of description on the serpent. And now I want to go down to Genesis 3, verse 7. Now remember, Genesis 2, verse 25, last verse. Remember, they were naked, both naked and not ashamed. Genesis 7. Genesis 3, verse 7. And the eyes of them were both opened, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. Alright, just a quick side note. Maybe a hint, hint, wink, wink of what's coming up. Maybe a spoiler alert here, people. Now they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. Where do you wear an apron, people? Do you wear it around your face? Well, what part of the body did the sin in? Wasn't the body the mouth part? Didn't that bite the forbidden fruit? I mean, look at the Apple logo there. Yeah, so why didn't they make they sewed masks? Because they were worried about the Mona Corona. No, it says they made themselves aprons. And what part of the body do aprons cover, people? The naughty bits. Okay. Let's go down here to Genesis 3, 14, and 15. It's going to be quick. It's going to be painless. Genesis 14, or Genesis 3, verse 14. Oh, damn, new mouth today. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, Because you have done this, you art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. A couple of things to point out here first, and this has nothing to do with this particular part 3, but you notice here we got cattle, then we have every beast of the field, like a distinction. You know, kind of like we have the federal government, and then we have the private Federal Reserve System. You notice they got cattle, then we have the beasts of the field. Someday we're going to look into who and what the beasts of the field are. Okay, Genesis 3, verse 15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. And it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Oh, something's going to happen to the serpent's melon, huh? Going to get bruised? Can we get a second verse on that? Why, yes, we can, people. Remember Leviathan? Did you ever hear of Leviathan? Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go to Psalm 74, verse 14. Thou breakest the heads of Leviathan in pieces, and gavest him to be meat to the people inhabiting the wilderness. Break the heads, huh? Yeah, sounds like Genesis 3, kind of, sort of. Isaiah 27, verse 1. It's going to be over here fast. Hang on. In that day, what day? Some day that must be coming up, because it hasn't happened yet. In that day, the Lord with his sore and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. Hey, how cool is that? I could also point out to you guys Jesus' own words in Matthew 23, verse 33. Who's he talking to? He's talking to the Pharisees. And what's he calling them? Serpents and vipers. Are you kind of getting the gist where I'm kind of trying to go with this here? We got something, people, in our... I'm trying to lead to something, people, that kind of eliminates the fairy tale of this thing people call the Bible and gets it right down to the hardcore scientific and spiritual facts you cannot get anywhere else. It is an accurate historical record. It is a very accurate science book, and it's accurate in so many other things. It has revealed information you simply can't get anywhere else. Oh, you can go to the esoteric writings of the Freemasons. Manly P. Hall. How about the big granddaddy of them all, the great Poobah, Albert Pike, who said the Kabbalah, think Pharisees, think Murray's, is the key of the occult sciences. Said that in his book, Morals and Dogma. Oh, the key of the occult sciences, huh? Yeah, we're all occultist people. Now, you know, bad things are happening to America. Bad things are happening to America, land of the plumed serpent. Are they deserved? Have we had it coming for a long time? I don't know. Just leave you some thoughts. Give you some spoiler alerts for what's coming up next. The dogs are barking. They want to go for their run, and it's still too early for that. But I had to do a quick video, let you know I'm alive and well. Maybe we'll work on part 3B tomorrow, the next day. All right, people. I don't know what the weather's like. I don't know if you should enjoy it or not. You guys have a good day. Guess what? I got stuff to do. I got to run them damn dogs.